Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
I see in a
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Assad is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Komotchan, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you we are vexed that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, you are falling in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. This is how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to pride in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. The bad person, George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Not do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. As you know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Not do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
CDC, get ready for George Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, if you want George Weah to come back, you want George Weah to come back? Yeah. Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. Yeah. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. Yeah. 2029 will be at the polling station. Yes. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is a democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Nobody will say you will remain in power.
Anybody break election will run and the mean will come from the bush, So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run and the mean will come from the bush, So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run and the mean will come from the bush, So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody rig election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody rig election will run me, and the me will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody rig election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace-free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
How the shenanigans will come, no matter how they will try, but just be strong, be focused, determined, above all, be ready to resist. It is another day again, people. Thank you so very much that you have made us a part of your itinerary as per your time zone around the world. This is it. Real Talk, One Kings 88.5. We are back again. Another day, another time, another opportunity. Yet, the 26th day of November 2025, the reign of Judah Christopher, the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, is a great day. Thank you so very much. Let's have a wonderful time together. They are coming up with different kinds of shenanigans, but they are not going to work. No, we will not kowtow in the upper war. Under no circumstance will we kowtow in the upper war. If they got the blueprint, lay out, do what is right, done, trick God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who keeps watch over each and every person, the God who gives time to repent, the despotic, tyrannic, tyrant, dictatorial ruler, the God who exact his judgment when his people are groaning in their hearts, when they are being suffocated by the rulers that God we serve. He's the God of justice. We are grateful that He keeps watch over us day and night. He is our rod and our staff. Though we walk through the valley of shadow of death, He is with us. So let's get started. Time is of the essence. John 12, D6, Peter 1 day. Yeah, LIB. Jeff Comonte, District 16, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA. Ben McCarthy, Rehab Community, Nathan Blair, Spain, Barcelona. Gray, Maryland County, Benson Devil Victor, Charles Weir, Jacob Town, Ambassador Thomas Blamo, Copper Farm, Jean Matadi, Old Road, Eugene Jobo, Capital Bypass, Venetia's Bar, Philip Kruer, Dubai, UAE, Fifth Kelvin Bappin, Nima United, Jala Yoko, Fender, Joshua Quinga, Bushro Island, Douala, Musa El Sharif, New Jersey, Gardnersville, Patricia Brown, Rehab ELWA, Emmanuel Bro, USA, Morning by Jogba, Gardnersville Supermarket, Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Sam Brown, Matilda Stevens, USA, Rita, USA, Massachusetts, Stanley Bosso, Josephine Bestman Caldwell, Moses Swab, Red Light, Silva, Washington, Brove City, Masare Abdullahi, JJ Wa, William Derry Wulu, Civil Rights Movement, Solo Watcosia, New Georgia, Fred Pega, 11th Street, Ninanquia, Boakat Zodua, Henry T. Toole, Caldwell, Stephen Yakati, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Usman Saul, Gala Street Business Center, Juan Momolo, Gala Street Business Center, Car Dallas, Texas, Patience Wisner, Lynch Street, Paris, Sloba, USA. Lawson, that's Gabriel Lawson, Iron Factory Business Center, Broad Street, Patricia Zia Office, Orita Jikla, Jeremiah Sano, Minnesota. Yes, and my dear sister, good to have you on. Orita Sunday Choir. Hope you are faring well. Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory. The chairman himself is on. Roma Rico, or Kenny Ball, or Latu Pound. The chairman for life. One and only chairman. The only chairman. Melting Pot, Reference Point, Roma Rico, Latu Pound, or Cannonball. The chairman that cuts across all race, creed, color, tribe, political affiliation. It's good to have the chairman on. Great people. All right. The protocol is so long. Yeah, you are coming in your thousand. That's good. Let's get to developments unfolding out of Liberia, and then we are out of this place. It's another day. LIB. What is unfolding out of Liberia? Too many things. Sustained gunfire was heard earlier on today, Wednesday, outside the presidential palace in Guinea-Bissau, just 3 days after the country's presidential and legislative elections. That's according to an eyewitness report by an AFP journalist on the scene. As guns ran out, people and vehicles were reportedly seen fleeing from the area. Official provisional vote results are expected to be published on tomorrow, Thursday, while both the current president, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, and opposition candidate Fernando Diaz have already declared victory. The vote had notably excluded the main opposition party, PAC, and its candidate, Domingos Simeons Pereira, from the ballot. Similar that the Unity Party want to do here, Tanzania has called off its Independence Day celebration scheduled for December 9 following calls for nationwide protests over alleged mass killings during last month's disputed elections. Prime Minister Wangulu Nchimba announced that funds meant for the event will instead be used to rebuild infrastructure damaged during the election unrest. Uganda has announced it will no longer grant refugee status to people from countries that are not currently at war, including Ethiopia, Somalia, and Eritrea. That's according to a report from the country. The decision comes amid dwindling donor support, with a refugee population now nearing 2 million. This reportedly has strained resources and services in the African country. The country's Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness, and Refugees, Hilary Onek, added that Uganda used to receive $240 million annually from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, but now gets less than $100 million from donors, and this year only $80 million will be received. Officials say Uganda's open door policy remains, stressing, however, that new arrivals from these countries will not be registered as refugees. Existing refugees, meanwhile, will keep their status. The Nigerian Union of Teachers has warned of a possible nationwide strike following a surge in school attacks in Kebbi and Niger states. The union condemned the killing of a vice principal and its security guard, along with the abduction of 25 students in Kebbi, as well as the kidnapping of over 300 people or students and 12 staff in Niger. Describing the incidents as barbaric and unacceptable, the union urged the government to stop the recurring assaults to prevent a collapse of the education system. It also lamented that the attacks have forced some schools to shut down, highlighting the government's failure to fully implement the Safe Schools Declaration and related protective policy. The Vatican has issued a warning about the growing acceptance of polyamory, reaffirming its teaching that marriage is a lifelong, exclusive union between a man and a woman. Its new 40-page document, One Flesh, in praise of monogamy, approved by the Pope, addresses the rise in non-monogamous relationships, including polyamory, where people engage in multiple sexual romantic relationships, and polygamy, where one man has multiple wives. The document argues that these forms of relationships stem from a misunderstanding of love and warns that they contribute to rising divorce rates and increasingly weaker relationships, which the church views as harmful to lasting commitment. Polygamy is still widely practiced in parts of Africa, whereas polyamory is more openly practiced in Europe and other Western countries. With those developments unfolding out of Liberia, let's now turn our attention to some of the events here, the topical or trending issues. Unity Party, we start with Unity Party government ready for its target. Over the days, weeks, months, we have talked. We have said it openly. And I will never mix my words on dates. Unity Party and Joe Walker target is George Weah. Hear it and hear it well. Joe Walker, the president of Liberia, has a devilish grudge against George Weah. That has passed on to Unity Party officials. Every Unity Party official or officials, they are against George Weah. They see Weah as the man who stopped them from having a good life, who refused to parent them, who refused to pay their rents, who refused to give them life to build house, who refused just everything basic life existence. I say it this way because the way they will portray it, that we are bad, we are messed the country up, as if had we are not come to being by God, they would have gotten the life of wealth, very rich. Liberia would have been in like heaven, and all of their individual lives will have been far better. Since we are being on the earth, they portray it like the reason they have had a terrible life, and that's how they portray it, that they've been having a terrible life, that we are responsible. We've said over and over, and this is not when I open the line, people can be cursing here. You curse, I will cut you off. Whether you CDC person, whether you live where you in we are compound. So that serious thing we in here, we've been talking here, we're going into 2026. We've seen the signs, we see it, how it's going to be. We try to guide you, to calm you down. We try to do the best we can. We know the fight that we are in. We are not novice to what is unfolding. That's why we ourselves, we don't put emotion into it. We don't go about cursing. We try the best we can to face up to our enemies. The government made it clear going into 2026, beginning 2026, everything will be against George Weah. So we've been talking about it, that Joseph Yoma Boaga target had always been George Weah. Even if God came down to earth and say, Joseph Yoma Boaga, this man done nothing to you, have nothing against this man, leave this man. Joseph Yoma Boaga will look in God's face and say, move from here, I will do it. I will do what I want to do. This is nothing of anything hit. This is no incitement whatsoever. We are only speaking from the indicators, the signs. You don't need a rocket scientist. You don't need Daniel to come to earth and tell you this is the sign, this is the sign. No. It's clear. It is unto everybody to see. It is unto everybody to know. If you think it is not your responsibility to know the signs, well, then you sit there and just be getting vexed. People who follow signs, who see the indicators, they never get vexed. They just analyze, and then when they put their idea to the floor, the people who get by intent, they can start jerking and say, let's hold on small. That exposure can defeat. Joseph Yoma Boaga had always maintained grudge against George Weah. There are several incidents that we can explain. The burial of Prince Johnson. Nowhere in the world that a president would take to the podium to speak with the presence of his predecessor and other high profile, would not recognize when the man who served before him took to the podium to speak, recognize him in full respect as the president of Liberia with this expression: His Excellency, the president of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai. Joseph Yuma Boakai goes to speak, mention everybody as per his protocol, refused to call the name George Weah. Must we call God down to tell us that Joseph Boakai refused to call the name of George Weah because of God? We don't need God. We don't need anybody. We don't need any one of those prophets. We only need to know because it was practical. Do we need God to come down and tell us truly that Joseph Yuma Boakai is against George Weah, as evident by the exclusion of the former president from all the activities of the country? Do we need God to come down and tell us that? No. And on we can go. These are what they call signs, indicators that God, Daniel, and the rest of the people don't need to teach you anything. They don't. It's clear. The very first day, Boakai is sworn in. He has all the authority. What was his first words? We go after. Please go back. That is why we're in the age of technology. Everything that is said by everybody in the public space, it is speak up. Go back to President Boakai address. His first words, utter as president, we will go after. That expression meant what to you? George Weah. Every person who is associated with George Weah. For me, George Weah is the one that I'm targeting to the core. What did George Weah do to Boakai? No one knows. Why Boakai is holding grudge against George Weah? Well, only Boakai knows. I don't think God knows, because God knows that Weah has nothing against Boakai. So if Boakai has something against George Weah, only he, Boakai, knows. God don't know. What God knows is Weah has nothing, absolutely nothing against Boakai. Brace yourselves. Get ready. We are just few weeks away from 2026. Everything that you see happening was predicted. We said it to you, and you saw them coming to pass. I maintain that Joseph Yuma Boakai target is George Mane Weah. We're saying it, people say all manner of things. No matter what people say, how they say it, that is the essence of exposure and literacy. You look at the signs, you analyze the indicators, you look at the direction. Where everything is pointing to George Weah. Where the government is directing its missiles, where it is directing everything against George Weah, everything is in Weah's direction. Who the government talk about every day, he messed the country up, he not coming to power. Who? George Weah. They're not saying Cummings, they're not saying Simeon Freeman, they're not talking any opposition person other than George Weah. Must God come down, or must God send Angel Gabriel or the Archangel to say this main target is George Weah before you people are convinced? Couple of weeks ago, the Minister of Justice was on their network, and they had told him that he needs to come to the public, since he is the Justice Minister, to say what will be happening. They want him to fast track everything alleged corruption case against George Weah and his people. And what did he say? That it doesn't work that way. The law is not politics. It's not because you have a reservation or you're dissatisfied with a person or you assume that this person did X, Y, Z, so we should run and start arresting and taking to jail. He said it takes time. The same thing Teacher Light always saying, that the law is about reason. He said the same thing. It just doesn't happen suddenly because you have emotion and you want to burst out that emotion. It takes time. You need evidence. What did he say at the close of it? He said, we will try. Beginning 2026, meaning we will find some kind of way, since Joseph Ima Boaka wants to get the George Weah man out of the way, whichever way, and he is the president, no problem. As Justice Minister, I will try. But if anything happens in the interim, you shouldn't blame me. When this guy made this statement, you think that he was just talking because he wants to talk. Everything journalists talk in this country is from what they observe, they analyze, they look at the indicators, they see the signs of time. Nobody is against Unity Party. Nobody is against Joseph Yima Boakai. Nobody is against Unity Party officials. But Joseph Yima Boakai and his officials, they see George Weah as the person who, I don't know, may have done something to them, or I don't know. But they just have this grudge, this satanic grudge against George Weah. And I can't believe this Liberian journalist any better when he said this.
Of the president. They have manipulated. The president had investigations. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency.
That's what you're seeing all around. They pressure the judge of Criminal Court A, Roosevelt Willie, who they are using to prosecute the former speaker and his colleagues. When this whole thing started about the Capitol building stuff going to court and then the judge, I said within myself that the judge finds himself in a squeeze position. The judge, as far as I know from my observation, is being used. The judge is handling Judge Roosevelt Willie. He's handling the tap. They say, okay, look, my man, you are our man. Everything will be directed at Criminal Court A, and we need you to do something. The judge, Roosevelt Willie, ordered, or he has summoned a BMC to bring all documents about the Foundation, and Arab, the Asset Recovery and Property Seizure Team, headed by Unity Party Club Martin, said that the foundation is under investigation because it was built with government money. The next target, when we say the people are targeting George Weah, they're targeting ABC. They claim that George Weah built those places from government money. So they started with the speaker, all those people around Weah's mama. When you see those things, do you need God to tell you that this is how they're starting, but not these guys are not the main target? They're only using these guys as the bridge to get there. The target is George Weah and the close to George Weah, Clark Foundation. Now from there, where you think they're going? The next thing, they will say they are investigating where George Weah got the money from to build those apartments. Arab, the Assets Recovery, they said the place is under investigation. Here is the document they release, the document from the court. This is the document from the Court Republic of Liberia, Montserrado County, in the First Judicial Circuit, Criminal Court A for Montserrado County, Republic of Liberia, sitting in its November term, AD 2025, before His Honor, Roosevelt Zewilli, Resident Circuit Judge. In reference, Assets and Property Retrieval Task Force by and through its chairman, Councillor Edwin K. Mountain, petitioner, versus the Management of Building Material Center, BMC, by and through its general manager, chief executive officer, shareholders, deputies, and all acting under the authorities of Monrovia, Liberia, respondent. Request for a writ of subpoena, deuces TCOM. Writ of summer, deuces TCOM. Republic of Liberia to Sheriff of Montserrado County or her deputy, greetings. You are hereby commended to summer the management of Building Material Center, BMC, by and through its general manager, chief executive officer, shareholders, and all acting under the authorities of Monrovia, Liberia, to appear before this honorable court on Thursday, November 27, that's tomorrow, 27th day of November AD 2025, at the precise hour of 10 a.m. That is to say, to subpoena the management of Building Material Center, BMC, by and through its general manager, chief executive officer, shareholders, and all acting under their authorities of Monrovia, Liberia, to produce copies of the following: construction contract executed for the construction of the Clark Hope Foundation, payment vouchers and checks for the construction period, payment receipts, bill of quantity, and other payments, documents related to the Clark Hope Foundation construction and development, which are in your possession. You are further commended to make your official returns to the office of the clerk of this court with your signature endorsed on the back of the original, stating your manner and kind of service, and to inform the respondent that upon their /it failure to adhere to the subpoena duces tecum and have this rate of summer given under my hands and seal of court this 21st day of November AD 2025, Gabriel Smith, clerk of court, then Assets Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. The manager, Clark Hope Foundation, Marshall Road, Magibi County, November 12, 2025. Dear Mr. Manager, the Assets Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force extends its compliment and wish to inform you that Clark Hope Foundation, located in Marshall, Magibi County, has been placed under investigation on allegations that GOL, sorry, this one is blurry, you can't see it too good at but something like forms, okay, yeah, were used by the corporate owner in acquiring and develop same in the name of a private foundation. Mr. Manager, one of Arab's mandates provides that it shall be ideally something like that. It's not too clear. The document is rumble. All right, but that's the main point. That's the main thing. So it says, based on the above, you are invited. Meanwhile, you are to come with your legal counsel. Your appearance is scheduled as follows: Monday, Monday, the 17th, So that's it. So, as a recovery say, but that place you get what that government money you use to pay a cloud weir. So the company that you use in Liberia to build that place, Mr. Manager of the company, come, bring all your documents, everything. Let's see. But listen, this is a farce, another distraction. They fail in several, they stay attempting. They want to prove a point, but they don't know how to prove a point. No, they're not picking that you're dealing with. Let me go to a couple of, when this thing came up first, McGill, who is the chairman of CDC Legislative Caucus, he said something about the same thing. He said something about it. Where is my gallery? Let me go there so that you hear what he said. Okay. He said, as a politician and chairman of CDC Legislative Caucus, let me issue a caveat. It would be a grave mistake for anyone to attack the former First Lady without a valid reason, because such a reason does not exist. If you believe you have a reason to raise issues, then you must also be prepared to take responsibility for your claims. I want to say thank you to Madam Clark Weir. If no one else wants to say it as well, we respect people, but we are not afraid. Madam Weir, I commend you for the incredible work you are doing. When I arrived here, I saw underprivileged children and asked the former president if these children were attending school free of charge. He said, yes. And then there is, the other one. So he sounded a caveat. This line, what he meant was, people being talking, they say, oh, the First Lady took government money because she was First Lady, so the money used the government money. So you go now, you go take it. It's that simple. That legal thing, The people will carry their document, everything. It's not wrong to use a company, yeah? It doesn't say, you see how the people just don't know how to do it? It's not wrong to use a company. You can source funding and use local company. So telling the company to bring their document, it doesn't say the government money. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf sourced money from outside, and she used Liberian companies to do the construction. So would we have said that Ellen took government money when she was president of Liberia? Everything she used personally was government money because she was president of Liberia? You have to reason. You have to drop emotion. This thing is another farce, another smoke screen. You can't go anywhere. You're trying to look for something else. Focus on what you got to do. Time is against you. If you continue this way, and this is good. This is good. For us in the opposition, is good for us. Meaning, you eating up your time. You took 2 years after one man. You have not found anything yet. You came up, Mr. President said he was going to investigate. He instructed the police officer. The police chief came to announce that they will be investigating. They will open the file on the 3 missing boys, the auditors. What happened today? And there are several. The people are groaning in their house. Why are you arresting? You going after people? You breaking down your very Unity Party people houses. You displacing them. You're taking your budget to 1.2 billion, but they're not feeling the trickle-down effect on them, but rather the trickle-up effect. You and your people. You president, you're using. It is alleged that you're building 10 million United States dollars mansion in Foya, a mystery building that nobody can account for. Moreover, you, as president of the country, standard bearer of Unity Party, you have bought a property. Why you president of Liberia? The same people who were saying we was taking the country money, the same ministers, they are with you. They are bragging and boasting broad day that we pay for our headquarters. Where the money coming from? You stop, man. Mr. Bwaka will not help you. Ease your grudge. Concentrate on developing the country. You said build Liberia, think Liberia, love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. Focus on that. Your Arab agenda, your arrest agenda rather, is distorted. Just under 2 years, the international community released damning reports on you. They tell you that your commerce, the economy of your country, the business atmosphere in Liberia is scary. Investors don't want to come to the country, though there is no fighting, no gun sound, but referencing misrule, referencing bad governance. You want to concentrate on what you need to do for the people instead of going after your predecessor. Where is not your problem. Where isn't the one stopping you from doing what you ought to do as you promised the people. Do what you promised. Few days ago, your vice president told the entire country and the whole world that you people have not created job, that your weakness is job creation. Did that not prick your conscience, Mr. President? Did that not tell you, I as a president, time is going, time isn't in my favor. Let me leave some of these mediocrity and concentrate on what we promised the people. You will find nothing about that foundation, Joseph Yema Boakai. You will find nothing. That is, what you have is irrational grudge. You can use all of your people. The last thing you must do, because through the cause, every other thing, you will find nothing. That private money over there. So when you're satisfied with it, then you take the people from in the barrack, tell your army people, go there with guns, go there with Moaz, and say you season it to turn it over to the first lady. Who is clean? You think you will cover up? That's how you can cover it up? It is alleged that you're building one with 10 millions. Where the money coming from? If that place is a mystery building owned by nobody, then the government should seize it and do something with it. You got so much to do for this country, Joseph Yima Boakai. If you ever achieve, it's as simple. Just call a press conference and announce that you can't make it, you're leaving. The Constitution provides for that. Nobody can force you to stay on as president. When the load is too heavy for you, you can leave it. You can put the load down and go. There is this expression they have in crew, sebele tweti, meaning when you ever pull it down. It seems that's the situation with Joseph Yima Boakai. The load too heavy for him. When you vice president, you relax. Not much pressure on you. Not much of a responsibility on you. When you become president, you're sitting in the driving seat. That's when you know that it's difficult, truly, to be president, despite the niceties or the enjoyment that goes with it. So it seems that the president ain't able. You travel 22 times, you travel out of this country. In just under 2 years, nothing significant. The only thing you have achieved under 2 years, going after your opponent, putting your opponent in jail, just keeping grudge. The country is divided. Nobody feels comfortable with anybody in the country. You haven't gathering none of the opposition member goes there. Only you and your Unity Party people. How do you feel comfortable within yourself? Life is all about diversity. You can be a good leader. You can have a good leadership when everything all by yourself, of yourself, in yourself. So, Chief, you're wasting time, yeah? If that George Weah house or apartment you're targeting, Chief, just think of something else. This other one, it will not work. Whether you try or not, there's the hint from within. They said that George, a Unity Party people, man, George, we had a male, yeah, one man get the entire Unity Party upset. And the man ain't do anything to them. They're just angry within themselves. They're just angry within themselves. And the last thing you ever want to do with your existence on earth is to just get angry with yourself and you attribute it to somebody. That's how Unity Party people looking. They're just angry within themselves and they're using George Weah as the justification for their anger. And you know what that leads to? You can be living. You just fall down and die. Because the frustration, you put one person in your mind. You're just thinking about that person all day, everywhere. Everywhere you go, you take the person with you. It's a serious mental disease. So if that we are your targeting and that we are your targeting, you will not get it, Chief. You will not get it. When you're finished with Clark, you're finished with all the other one, then you come to the radio station and you say the radio station is George Weah's propaganda. It's George Weah propaganda machinery. And that was the hint that came from inside. Listen, I didn't want to take this serious, but I said take it serious to come and talk about it. As far as we're concerned, we know all of these things. AB is on top of his game with the radio station. So that we ain't got time to talk about it. We know. But I just saying this because the hint came out. Yeah, what they want to do. The radio station is on their list. The radio station, Kings FM, that is owned by George Weah. It is George Weah promotive arm. But it is a public service broadcaster. It is not being used exclusively for George Weah. That's why very seldom you hear George Weah's story. You hear CDC and other people's stories on the station. Let me say as we go to this. In other countries, what Kings FM entertains, it doesn't happen. put me into the challenge. Go in Sierra Leone. Move through the various opposition radio stations. Listen to the broadcast. Come back and tell me whether you will hear them promoting the government, talking about the government achievements and every other thing. If you heard that, then I'll believe you. Go to Guinea, go to other places. Go to North, South Africa. Go into Europe. Go into America. Where opposition radio station, they are liberal in their reporting. No, they prioritize themselves, they promote, they give attention to their policy. They are more propagandistic, meaning they sell themselves, they sell their opposition colleagues, they sell the person who owns that place. George Weah's story is not on any pro-government radio station. Weah does nothing promotive. It's on any one of their radio stations. No. Kings FM is liberal. There is nothing here that is censored. AB, as the head of the radio station, does not censor anything from the news department, anything from the radio department. The radio station, AB put it at the disposal of the public. Someone comes in and say, George, we are in do this. George, we should have done this. George, we are not coming back. The management, AB will not say, I don't want to hear that thing on our radio station. George, we are himself listening, will not say, oh yeah. Because the station for the people. That's why we don't interfere with it. AB does not interfere with anything content. I'm just telling you how the radio station is more Liberian, more patriotic. An opposition radio station cannot, in any country, entertain what Kings FM does. So what more? They've placed the radio station, say that George, we are propaganda machinery. Going close. We're saying it again. We're saying it again. All of us, we're in the space here, Liberia space small. When Bwaga then finish having a meeting, they decide. We tell you, it can count us. It can count us. The people were doing it to George Weah here. It came a time, George Weah called a meeting. He was wondering. He raised the issue with his cabinet. How information will get out when XYZ is discussed is out. Because they had people in disguise. It doesn't happen to one regime. Every information, every discussion is out. So they're not troubling Kings FM now. You're not here Kings FM, but given the situation, listen, I'm telling you, going close, they will come up according to the hint from inside. They will come on and say, Kings FM, this Kings FM, had that Kings FM are doing this. But here is it that I put back to the person, it will be had. And here was the reason. Because if that is the reason, then you would shut down almost all of the radio stations in the opposition community. Why it is true that the other radio stations are not attached, they are not owned by George Weah, but they are owned by opposition politicians, high-profile opposition politicians. So the reason that you want to use to shut down Kings 88.5, so it would not expose the propaganda, it would not expose the excesses, the lies, and every other thing, you will use it for the other radio stations. And what's going to happen? The very international community will say, but Bwaka, why would you want to do this? That's dictatorship. You are in opposition. You use almost all the radio stations that favor you. George Weah did not shut any down. Why would you want to? So we hold that to our chest. We have no time to give it much credence. I'm just saying it this way in passing, but it doesn't say that we have not taken it serious. But yeah, it's it. AB is on top of his game 100% ahead of the government. So whatever they want to try with the radio station, no, that's it. All right. So this is the next pointer. Unity Party use government property for party activity. Please hold on. Let's have this break. I want to get this one as clearer as I can. Please, just few minutes, couple of minutes. It's not going to take long. Let's have this break. Let me get something set.
Intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election will wrong. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If a mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking.
Ready for Joe to come back. But for you to be ready, you want Joe to come back? You want Joe to come back? Each and every one of you gotta go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the police station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is a democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Nobody will say you will remain in power. And I believe that the president, who is my uncle, I know he's a genuine man. I know when he lost the election, he will accept the result.
So, Unity Party use of government property for party activity. Unity Party's irony. One of the reasons they justify the dismissal of all those who work in CDC government. They said it was against the code of conduct for public officials. They also said officials of the former government were wearing political party t-shirts. That's what they said. They were wearing political party t-shirts as government officials and for party activity, and it was against the code of conduct. They said it was against the code of conduct. That's what it said. It was against the code of conduct. But here is the irony. Unity Party people. Yeah. Oh God. You know what the Englishmen call when the Englishmen say misguided? Misguided. That's what it means. You blast. You say all kinds of things. The people not correct. When we get there, we'll do this. But then you come now, you're doing the same thing. So you are misguided. That means you don't have a clear understanding. You don't know why you talk the people up. You have no plan whatsoever to do anything different. You were just envious and say, let's do something to get these people out. Simple. The same Unity Party people who said yesterday that those CDC people were wearing party t-shirts, government officials were wearing party t-shirts, ministers were wearing party t-shirts, they were going to party functions, they were engaging into political activities. It was against the code of conduct. The same people doing the same thing. They went to their rally using government vehicle. They were in party t-shirts. Oh God. This country here, that's why this country is faced with a terrible, very terrible problem. This country is far from being developed. Development is not only the structures that you put down, the mind. It all starts, development starts with the mind. Everything evolves from the mind. That's what development is. If the mind is not developed, nothing, everything infrastructure will be an illusion. Everything infrastructure will be an illusion. Development starts from the mind. The same people who condemned it yesterday, they are the very ones who are doing it. When we tell you people that everybody that Bwaka appointed, they were people or they are people who ran campaign for Unity Party, who are members by document of Unity Party. when the bad president came out to say XYZ, and we said that he spoke in a way that you can on Capital FM. The man used to go there all of the time. Couple of times when we're shuttling between the radio station and the National Elections Commission covering all the activities, we'll see the man in his t-shirt. So when those posts started coming up that he is a Unity Party person, he contested on Unity Party ticket, and then they start showing all of it, it was not a surprise. The same thing with Philip Kanga. Philip Kanga is a diehard supporter of Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party. He is a diehard supporter of Joseph and the Unity Party. Now, he cannot raise his voice that it is wrong. Unity Party people in their t-shirts, Unity Party paraphernalia, that's the word they used to use, they are using government vehicle. Tell me whether this is right. Because we saw it yesterday, what they condemned yesterday, what they spoke against yesterday, and what we're saying today, no different. That's the same thing, and there's no justification, no way they can justify the same thing. The singular reason they use to remove those CDC people from the government, from their various positions. What did they say of the former NAFA boss or suspended NAFA boss because she's suspended? The Boakai dismissed her. She's suspended. What did they say? They put the woman picture up. They said she was in party t-shirt. They brought it up. They brought the people who work in the government. They use that as justification to remove those people from the various positions. They said they were using government vehicles. Today, they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. So what's the difference now? So Unity Party is misguided. They don't have a clear plan. Everything about them is disjointed. They don't have a clear plan. They don't have a well-defined roadmap to move this country forward. Everything that they are doing is in a disjointed manner. You see the clear irony in it. They condemned yesterday. What they condemned yesterday is what they're doing today. And they expect nobody to say anything about it today. They take government vehicle, party people inside, party officials, government officials, in party t-shirts. Not the private cars, but government vehicles. Yesterday or no? Let my boy get it on the screen. Let Newton get it on the screen so you'll see that, and then we off. Then we move to the third and final, and then we are out for today. Yeah. So the honorable, the honorable. So, and you see the minute, you see government vehicles, the people inside, Unity Party people, some of their officials, you see the car, the government car, government vehicle. Which ministry? Which ministry is that? Here is the Ministry. Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, GSA, MOPT. MOPT is Ministry of Post and Telecom. Ministry of Post and Telecom, MOPT. MIA. When you see a government vehicle with MIA, it means Ministry of Internal Affairs. When you see MOCI, it means Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The cars are marked with the initial. When you see MOFA, it means Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The one that is on the screen, the government vehicle, the lesson plate 2911 GSA MOPT 05.3. The Unity Party people inside, the government car they're using, their official, the guy who this car is assigned to is a Unity Party that has supporter, Unity Party official, using government car to go for their campaign, which was an indirect rally. Yesterday, it was wrong. They highlighted, they raised their voices, but I can't blame them 100%. You know the reason why I can't? Because the same thing they did yesterday. Those in opposition today don't want to do it. They're giving the people free ride as if they are afraid. It may not be the same methodology, but you raise your voice. They raised their voice yesterday. Their approach yesterday cannot be your approach today. It cannot be the same approach. But you have a way by which you can call them to check. But everybody's sitting. Everybody sitting. Let's move on to the third and final pointer, and then we are out. The third and final pointer. Unity Party regime speaker threat. Richard Cohn issued a threat. Richard Cohn issued a stern warning, which is a threat. To put his threat in context, it shows further Unity Party regime speaker ineptitude, grossly inept. Grossly inept. In the words of his own Unity Party man, Darius Dillon, that he used on George Weah, we're using his words on his speaker, grossly inept. Dillon said George Weah was grossly inept. The regime speaker is grossly inept. Never before have we heard, read, talked about, seen previous House speakers threatening journalists. Never. Only Unity Party speaker, the first in the history of Liberia, to openly, without remorse, no regret whatsoever, threaten to jail. Richard Cohn's threat was given on purpose, not only to intimidate, but to force journalists into being spectators at the House. What came from the regime speaker, Richard Cohn, could pose a broader, wider risk to not only legislative reporters, but journalists across the country. It shows journalists who would disagree or who would not dance to the beat of the speaker, who will be critical of regime will find themselves in a terrible situation. This could lead to target, arrest. Don't be surprised if you see journalists dead on a star war. If you hear the journal on star war, you hear disappearance of journalists or reporter or broadcaster, because that's what Unity Party is creating. That is exactly what Unity Party is creating. 1 minute, please.
But there are some elements in United Party. CDC, get ready for Joe Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, you want Joe Weah to come back? You want Joe Weah to come back? Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the polling station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is of democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Nobody will say you will remain in power. And I believe that the president, who is my uncle, I know he's a genuine man. I know when he lost the election, he will accept the result. But there are some elements.
Please share the show as many times as you can. Let the people around the world know what is unfolding in Liberia under the dictatorial regime of Joseph Yoma Boakai. So don't be surprised. This was on purpose. The speaker did it on purpose. Despite his ineptitude, he did it on purpose. It puts media institutions, journalists, and harm's way. Don't forget now, a couple of months ago, Dillon made it clear. He said there were journalists who were blackmailing the government. They will see nothing good of the government. They will only look for the negatives and publish it around the world. Dillon is on record for making that statement. And he had media institutions, even though he said bloggers. I'm calling here. He did not say bloggers. He said journalists. He said they will not see anything good in the country. They will just look for the bad thing and send it, as if they were not doing it yesterday. So the speaker did it on purpose. The speaker is above 18. Yes, he's man. He knows exactly the implication of every statement he makes. He purposed it. He shows no regret. He knew that the journalists will react. But this is what it is for Unity Party. What this means is, beginning 2026, with Unity Party getting ready, you will see media intimidation. You will see journalists getting missing. You will see summary arrests. You will see journalists on the side, either badly crippled or killed. You will see all those things happening. If the speaker in this time can threaten to jail journalists, the first time in the history of Liberia, the first time, no speaker from Rachel Herring Day to the last person, Fonati Kofa, that served over there, they've never threatened journalists. Nowhere in the world that a speaker would threaten to jail journalists. The great democracy in the world, the people would disagree with the legislators. They will recall, they will report some things. You will never hear the speaker threatening to jail anybody. But only in Liberia, under the Unity Party government, from D, grossly inept. These are Dillon's descriptions or his words that he used on George Weah. So we're using it. When he was using it against Weah at that time, they were excited, they were laughing. So let's use it on him. Grossly inept speaker, grossly inept. I want you to see some of the papers, and I like these headlines. They couldn't have put it any better. Afrique Daily. Afrique Daily. This is the headline of Afrique Daily. Hear what it said, as you see it on the screen. Anti-media speaker. Anti-media speaker. That's how the newspaper Afrique Daily referred to him. Anti-media speaker, meaning he's against the media. Media in this context, those who are critical of him, not Unity Party people. He was not referring to Unity Party reporters at the Capitol building. You know, no, Unity Party reporters, they are relaxed, they are safe because they are singing the regime song. They are dancing to the beat of the regime. Then the Liberian Investigator newspaper, today's the reaction. Just thought to share them with you. This is how the Liberian Investigator newspaper carry it. Threats and intimidation. Threats and intimidation. Threats and intimidation. Threats and intimidation. And then they have his picture there, Richard Kuhn, speaker, regime speaker. In Profile Daily, the lead story too. All these people carry it as lead story. Yeah. In Profile Daily say, Kuhn comes journalist. Kuhn comes journalist. Threatens jail. Threatens jail. Hot Pepper newspaper. Hot Pepper newspaper. This is their lead story. They carry it as their lead story. The Hot Pepper newspaper. What say? Press freedom under threat. Press freedom under threat. Press freedom under threat. They couldn't have found any better picture than the one they have for him. In his mean bad man raw. Anybody who wants to do bad thing, they can wear that raw. So you can see the eyeball. The Press Union of Liberia will have to issue a statement. This is serious. It's not only the guys and ladies who are reporting on the activities at the legislature, but it goes beyond. Martin Luther King said, injustice to one is injustice to all. When one journalist is threatening, every journalist is threatening, and every journalist will have to take this serious. If it hasn't reached you, if your institution is not referenced or he was not specific and say he was only talking about legislative reporters, no. The regime is going to get more brutal going into 2026. And your institution, your journalists, already we have cases of police brutality on journalists. We have reports of intimidation, harassment, threats of journalists, even before the regime speaker made this yesterday. All those reports came out. We read those reports. We hear civil society institutions and other people, journalists, politicians commenting on those. It's going to get brutal. Don't overlook these Unity Party officials. The regime speaker said it on purpose. We await the statement of the Press Union of Liberia, even though the Reporters Association, they say, how they call them? Legious pool. Their statement, they want to be blunt. They want to be they want to be seen as condemning the speaker action. So they're in between, because some of them, they say, oh, the person not covering, or they're not giving the person this. Legispool has to stand up, except they tell us that it is a regime, Reporters Association at the Capitol, that they will have to issue a source statement so that Rachel Kuhn will get their money. It is not about satisfying the speaker at your detriment. Your life is at risk. If the speaker openly can come out to threaten journalists to jail them, the speaker can do anything to you people. You people have to stand up, issue a stern warning to him, a stern reaction. This is when and how you can be reactionary legitimately. Let everybody see reason. Your statement, your issue, it was too flimsy, too weak. You people try to say, oh, yeah, Rachel Kuhn, and the man say, but you know, reporters then say they had to conduct themselves well. Where in the world you will restrict people? Even if you want, if you think that the journalists wearing sanitized as per their reportage or the coverage of the flow, you now the rescue speaker that know it all, you teaching university. What it says, why you have department for communication, then you move to rubber hands. Call me the man who is coordinating the media here, Mr. Director XYZ, and I want you to put a mechanism in place. If it were me that you gather the reporters covering the legislature or the House of Representatives, and let's have a closed-door meeting to discuss some of these things, that would be okay. That's what you do. That's what is referred to as leadership. A leader is not emotional. A leader is that person who reasons. A leader is that person who doesn't speak immediately and think later. It's that person who reasons now, slow to speak, because any statement he makes, it will go against him before he can even. So you see what is happening with the speaker now? There's no way. He blundered because he acted before reasoning. And why did he act that way? Because he feels he's the speaker. Amen. God. That's how Rachel Kuhn, that's the reason Rachel Kuhn acted that way. He feels he's the speaker. Yes, he's the speaker, but he thinks that he has the power so he can say anything. But that's what happens. That's what you get when you envy, you undermine, you do everything to get that person, or everything that Boaka did to get Fonatikova out. He feeling the effect now, his own speaker bringing disgrace to him everywhere. That's why you don't undermine people in life, because God will expose you. God will bring all of your limitations outside. That's what happening to Rachel Kuhn. Look at the man. The man does not even have the stature of a speaker. The man is too elementary in his disposition. He does not know the Queen's language. Does not know how to express himself. Just the greed for power. Just to be seen as the speaker with all of the niceties around him. Where we are, the speaker. You think that just being speaker, you know the Herculean tax, the enormity that goes with that position above all to conduct yourself right? We are with the Press Union of Liberia. Let's see what the Press Union of Liberia would say. Though the Reporters Association assigned at the Capitol, their institution, they released a statement, but I think that statement is flimsy. Moreover, the Press Union of Liberia, that is the parent body of journalists in Liberia, has to say something to that. We're waiting. If PUL cannot say anything to that, allow to go, well, then that's it. But if the Press Union of Liberia attempt to invite any government official to PUL program with what the speaker had said against threatening journalists, if they invite any official to any PUL program, we will start the revolt against Julius Kanumba. We'll start to make sure that Julius Kanumba does not win the next election. I Sam Andrews campaign for Julius Kanumba. I was in the forefront. I still maintain my support for him, and he's doing well. But if he will start on this path, we're waiting. If he start inviting government officials, these people who don't have moral ground to PUL occasion to talk, will start going against Julius Kanumba. So waiting, I see you. He hearing it. He can send in his office. Listen, so you know, that my chief. I'm one of those that led the campaign. You know, Julius, my boy. No day I can leave Julius Kanumba. No day. But chief, when I sit here and allow these people to demean, to say all manner of things against our colleagues. Martin Luther King, that's what he meant when he said injustice to one is injustice to all. Threat to one is threat to all. We have to stand together, hold together, work together, speak with one voice. We cannot allow the regime speaker, Richard Kuhn, in his gross ineptitude, predatory nature, say anything threatening journalists, and then it goes. PUL, we are waiting. We are waiting, want to hear a statement. Yes. So let's take a few calls. Let me see. Let's take a few calls. But first, let's read some of the comments. There are very many. I will take few. Very many. Very many. The one you people are intellectualizing, no. Okay. Oh. Okay. So good comments. All right. You keep intellectualizing. So let's go. Let's go. Let me try to find the president of Liberia number, and we'll see. Let him tell me what is it. Whether it's not the right of PUL to say anything, or PUL has taken the matter, or they will issue a statement later, whatever. Let's go. Let's take a few calls, and then we're out. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You want to go straight to the point?
Yeah, this is David King. I joined you from a resident this afternoon. And, you know, what we see the quote-unquote answer recovery doing, I think if Mr. Bwaka really wants peace in the country to reign, I think it is important that he forget about the former president. Because this is how country get destabilized. If every other time you will always go after your opponent, I don't see what president we have did wrong in this country to Mr. Bwaka. I can remember Mr. Bwaka went on state broadcast, the state broadcaster at the time. Jala Griffey hosted him on the Bomber show several times. Nobody deprived him from going there. But since Mr. Bwaka killed the power, everything about him, even he attending public function, George Weah will never be part of it. When you have any other occasion for the states, you'll never invite one president Weah. And you want to go to the Clavo Foundation. You know how many children, unfortunate children, these are not rich children you found to that place. Children who are at that institution, they are people who are parents living in mad hut. Okay? So you can't go and try to disturb the people, but you find nothing because Madam we have said already, every money that she put in that place, she source the money from outside. And it is not bad to source money from outside to bring it to your home and develop. So for you to put GOL, the money that you get it, let us try to improve on our foundation.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. All right. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Dana Bessie.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. That is you party I want to. Your person was they on you. You will not get father. And we have travel. We have got money to the so when you say you can't oh we are for nothing. Your man for fear. Who answer what you have to say me your belly lofa maximum. What do you have to money you buy your buy for that coffee your coffee then you say you want to for property. You do the thing what you want to. Your man coffee we not sponsoring. If boy you know that you want be here photo together and make paper. You not to somebody video the paper that your fantasy is rare. Sometimes it can be rare. So you be our people. Very cool. Now we cool. Please be our channel there. The paper is set. Hello. The paper is set it down. The now your pound found. So when you go to work, you think that first time you do the government. Who will I hear for you when you say day? Then I day. You start talking I want to read there. When you're talking the theory there, that we are when you're talking. Thank you.
Which way we go? Yeah, let's go this way. Hello.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. Thank you very much. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I'm from Apropo Corner, Down Coast Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrews, thank you. But my attention has been drawn to the issue of the asset recovery going after CAF Marine Hope Foundation. Mr. Andrews, let me just reflect your mind to certain things. Look at the 1.2 billion. It's a land that he got attributed to asset recovery, saying the asset recovery will bring quote 10 million. So in my mind, these guys are just lying to themselves and they are caught in their own web. How will you raise 10 million when it is not being budgeted for accurately on perception? So these guys are all caught up in their web and they just want to showcase that they are doing something. Look, in my mind, I strongly believe if President we have done something wrong in this country, there was no way that you are going to allow one person and take extra war. Look at our next door neighbor, Tel Aviv, Hanabiu. They were needing 30%. He's somewhat sorry. Look at what happened in the Ivory Coast. Look at what happened in Cameroon. And look at what happened in Uganda today. Look, in my mind, President Weah and official knew that this day was going to come. And in my mind, these guys, they are lying and deception that they ran the country with that President Weah was stealing. President Weah government was this. This is what they are trying to prove. But every time they go to court, the barrage of cases, they are not able to justify their issue in the court. But I believe that you guys will be defeated and the asset recovery claim, the ideology and strategy is dead upon the rabble. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our brother on national issue. Thank you.
Right. The president of Liberia is drafting a statement. I just spoke with the president of Liberia when Mambese was on talking. That's the president of the president and I were talking. He said they are putting the statement together that wasn't read by the speaker, but he wouldn't come on the air or don't want to come on the air while the statement is being prepared. When everything is done, then they will give a full interview. And I respect that. So it's good to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable President. Yeah. As we were talking, I could hear my best voice in the office. Thank you so much. All right. So we're waiting. The president said they are drafting a statement to that effect, and it's coming up in a couple of hours. The regime speaker threat to journalists. You need to place Reporters Association. You place a block out on Rachel Kuhn. You place a block out on that dictator. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm Dennis Quavier, Mr. Andrew. Thank you for the point. Thank you for the talking point this afternoon. The thing is, the people they didn't know where to start from, excuse me, because They are lies, they lie until it caught up with them. So the assets recovery you're talking about, what's about the 10 billion property that in Lofa, where they can't go and claim it. As the people say nobody get it, and they just fall from the blue sky, and then government can claim that one for government to get money from back inside. So about the other people that adapted from investigative people, the corruption people, why they can't go after that? Only CDC alone. So the fee that they come in for there alone, my brother, that one can bring war in the country. This it can bring war. But you gotta be careful. They come now for a year alone. It's for every Liberian. Let's be very careful. Thank you for the show this afternoon.
Hello?
Sam, how you doing?
Fine.
This is Mom recording from 5th Street. Sam, drew my attention to today and Rachel Cool. You know, they get a saying that when snakes bite you, when you see laser tail, you will be afraid. Why the people starting, they are very wicked, St. Andrew. It was the same thing that happened before when they killed Charles Brown in the country. Yes, some of our small children. We saw how the press couldn't have no way to even turn or to talk. And at the same thing again, trying to creeping in Joseph Baka government. So what does the president say? We all listen and let him do something about it. Because how they will start going after press in the country here. They are already discussing and he they kick it for him up too sharp that why he put it up. And so the access recovery of the insurance and about flower we are. The access recovery, are they going to Lofa to find out who bid in our house and where they took money from before they go into Manaflower we are? Or they ready again for their plan? That's the St. Andrew. What these people doing, they are doing bad. They country for every one of us. And we always live here. The hatter is too much. Andrew can imagine. I just saw a lady, pregnant woman, Andrew. They enter can, they start drinking, they liquor can. That why she will pick up pregnant woman, pick it up, carry it, set it before she buy a cup of reflection or children. I felt so bad today. That how far the country going. So we beg Joseph Walker, and he can't, if he ever the country, then he go rest and then Liberian for happy. Thank you for putting me the time.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Thank you. My name is Aliyu Padikoman. Mepiki Joseph Baka family and call you from Rana University Party. Call why we are getting prepared for December 6th. No, the big community.
So why you're getting ready for December 6th?
December 6th, my man. Next week Saturday.
So why you call on Unity Party Radio?
Because it's station for the principal. I mean, I call you on if you only see for calling issue. I will not going to cover because it's for the principal. I mean, I calling.
So you know that the radio station for Liberian people, eh?
I said, there's no more first I call you on the issue. Now, they're calling on the
I say, you just said the radio station for Liberian people. Eh? You know that, eh? Your radio station is not for the Liberian people.
I don't know about other radio stations saying that they want to call you on. I mean, I'm listening to the platform.
You don't know about the other radio station. You ain't in Liberia?
I can't say I can listen to it. I can't say I can call. I mean, I call you King's FM.
So admit now that King's FM is better. Admit, say it.
I can't say that.
Oh, you laughing? Seconds. No, I say you laughing. Seconds FM is better. That's why I like it.
The program is interesting. I call you on the show because it's any program.
Okay.
I tell you for myself and listen to the program. The program is better. I call you.
Okay.
And you also making the platform good. So I call you on the show. But the issue be, let me commend you for your topic to be on that. Someone will not be compatible with other people, but saying I always get to believe every one of us
whether you work in the private sector, you work in the public sector, you have to be accountable to this country. They blew up together. Everyone, Joseph Jiggy Ravana, yeah, they said they country left. Other people will say they go around. But if people like for in authority yesterday, they would try to question somebody when they were in authority, then somebody said, no, don't question the people. They said, let the jail go like amen, people say. For some of us, we are not prepared for that.
Okay.
That's why for me, I'm calling on Richard Fool. The statement coming from the speaker, you need to take that statement back. For me, I will not go for this. Someone will support the government and will support the government, but we will not support the government. So someone we are calling Richard Fool to make sure and retract that statement.
Okay.
Because someone raise your letter, your information to be honest with you. Hey, let's forget about diversity. People die for multi-party democracy in the country. So we all have to benefit from it. Not to go to the English government, me, I should keep going my half for it. No, for me, I will not do that. Thank you very much for your show.
Okay, so you call into United Party radios too and say the same thing, yeah?
I said it the morning on punch.
Okay.
I said it, yeah, you blast on punch every the morning, but the statement will come from the speaker, I blast on punch. Simple. The occasion I give addressing on private addressing.
All right.
I beg.
Okay.
Nobody in government give me anything. So I say what I want to see.
Okay.
So that's it. I want you to do her.
Well, sir.
Thank you very much.
The six that Satan day. I see you. Hello.
Yeah, same as you.
Yeah.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. As always. Thank God for life. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's hear you, Dad.
The doctor on the last from Clarendon.
Mm-hmm.
No, you say one, so say all government got within language. Those days are gone. I want business in the school little days. Within language, I call it if you listen to the station, I know you live in the station. You say one, so say all. Last time I was gone. Can you tell your father in the hammer and carry him all the way to Wayne and bring him back? That time. When they go, they thought they can't say what we say that is fun. They go in, they go into the village. That's how all the past. They intimidate our journalists in the bus. That's what. And you want to do selective and say, oh, you stop the people, but you talking to the opponent. Now the other one that's supporting you. We know coming from. We know you driving and the point you want to that place. You want to pick the opponent from all the people there. So you play for it. You stupid. We're not stupid. We are not stupid here. They get there to bring everything that happens in the country to bring it to us. You are ever their job, you fought for their job, you came for their job, you fought for their job. So go and lead the people well. Don't go and have and tell our country, Mama Liberia. But when anybody tell you, you say 20% out. Anybody tell you say 20% out. So everybody go out now. Who will talk about the country now? We say number 2. You want the position, you only get position, but now they you say you reduce people. But when you behave now in the country, in the house, everybody get tired with your behavior. Somebody are regretting. Them are doing them regretting that for them, man. That will be any message you're going to be a good person. Everything now for yourself by yourself. Not for them now. So when you come and say, oh, let's go to here, and now go up on the floor, it is a go for that man out. And now we run the country. You are the third man in the country. When you stand there and that capital belly, you are very demeaning, you are very raw, and we say to them, we condemn to the police. And you're calling on Junior Canada, whosoever you're calling your president. We're calling on you to release press release. And complete to the
Man, Sisi, I spoke to him a few minutes ago. He said they're preparing a statement to that.
Okay. For the last time I see you take man in sport love, you're on the phone. I like to belly.
Yeah, that Winston Blyden. The damage Winston Blyden phone.
Yes, it went free of charge. He bought the America today, went free.
Yeah,
no, he bought a super office free of charge by the aspersion today. So we're calling on the embassy, we're calling on General, calling back to do the reporting. He's the president now for you. If you care you and go free, he will come and speak out. Then they tell the people that in power now, nobody is stupid. And they're not able to join and leave.
Yeah.
Then they leave. Then he come and speak out because I'm the president.
The guy, man, see, he's very arrogant. Richard Kuhn is very arrogant.
Very, very arrogant. And that leader. You ever leader say don't force yourself. But you want it because of the money here. Bogasi, the your money, the way you want them for. See how you're living in.
Okay, all right, my sissy.
But now you got two bless. See what you want Saturday, they get in the country. You foolish, Thank you, Yamacha.
Let's go out of Liberia and pick up Annie. Hello.
Hello, Brother Andrews. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Fine. And you?
Thank God for life, my brother. Thank God. I'm calling from Texas. Yeah. Brother Andrews, my concern has been drawn to the issue of the former First Lady property. We are backing the UP government, the Bwaka UP government, we are backing them. They should stop. They should stop troubling that lady. They should not bring international conflict on Liberia. They should not bring international conflict. The lady is not a Liberian. She's a Jamaican. She has some people in Jamaica. If she was somebody when she was going around, even when she had that rally over there, that rally she had a mind to do that project. She had the first rally. I was in that rally in Liberia before I came. I was in that rally. I said, she want to do something to buttress her husband's effort, to know that behind every successful man, there is a lady, there is a wife. She could keep that money. When the money was given to her international friends, gave that money, she could have kept to Jamaica to do a project there. This I would do in Liberia to buttress my husband's effort. So we should be appreciative. The Bwaka government, anybody here will also advise Bwaka and his people, they should stop. When that woman people in Jamaica, when they come up to defend their sister, when they come up, will be international conflicts. There will be international conflict, and we able it. We're a poor country. They should stop. They should stop. We are appealing to them. They should stop. That woman money, she didn't use it from their cover like they are doing for you. Bwaka was there 12 years. Bwaka was there. We're in Liberia. Bwaka money he got rather from the 12 years. VP that in Sierra Leone. They should go Sierra Leone and go ask. That way he get his property. Because he know he from Sierra Leone, only him from 4 years. His father from Sierra Leone. He's from Sierra Leone. So in Sierra Leone he developed. He carry his money. And so using in Liberia, the money for the disabled other thing they gave him, that Sierra Leone, he carry it. He didn't use it in Liberia. That's how he been. He used Liberia people to enrich himself in Sierra Leone. So they should stop what they're doing. The woman said Jamaican, she has her people in Jamaica, her brothers are in her position in Jamaica. Yeah, the woman's son. International legend. They should stop it. We don't want international conflict. We are backing them. Bwaka UP, we are backing you. They should go to South Africa. They will see Mahani hospitals there. Please. So that's my advice. They should stop. They should stop.
Okay. All right, Anna.
They should stop hunting President Weah and his wife. They should come to America, Miami. They will see the people property before they became president. Before they got that position, they should come to America to see the people property in Miami. They get their properties there. Bwaka, not even 2 years, he get property in New Jersey. New Jersey. He and his son bought a house there. Where they got the money from?
Bwaka has property in New Jersey?
My dear, you won't hear it, just call me. Keep my number, you call me.
How do you know that?
Hey, just call me, my brother.
You got all the information about it?
Yes.
What's the size of it? What's the size?
It's a very big property in New Jersey.
Well, give the geography. What part of New Jersey?
Please call me later.
Okay. Okay. All right, Anna. But it is a sizable one, as you say.
Very big. His son was boasting of it.
They bought it?
They bought it, cash down.
That's the government money, or?
I'm telling you, where they will get it from? They had it. They had it. Then they won't compare themselves with a weird family that has property in Miami, America.
All right, and
Noma was a banker. She was working in a bank.
Yeah, I need that information. We need that. Kings FM needed. So I will call you after the show. I will call you after the show so that you share your thought on it. Yeah.
Okay, sir. All right.
Okay.
We'll talk later. Okay.
Let's bring on Kuda Williams. Hi.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Andrews. You know what? I'm feeling so disheartened about our whole government right now. Everything I wanted to say, and he just said it. Everything I wanted, it seemed like she was in my heart. Everything I wanted to say, she just said it. And I want to say, your leave Claudia alone. Claudia started that. I was in Liberia. This lady is getting money. I mean, she gets money from all around the world because her husband is well known. Can you believe just recently the mayor for New York facing her son for the U.S., Donald Trump. Her son hired daddy. That's a woman y'all won't go mess with. Going on in Liberia. I have another Jamaican friend about to take about 25 business people. She said she won't take them to Liberia. I just called her. I told her, I said, listen to this. You dare not, because if Monday you get online to have meeting with those people, I will sit right there and tell the people not to come to Liberia. And I know her friend that is right there. She listens to me right now. That I read with Joseph Boca people. She knows who I am, and she knows it. I will tell you, y'all do not come to Liberia. Because what is it? Business people will come. That's how y'all will do. How will our country develop? Oprah Winfrey went for America. She went to South Africa. She opened gas school down there, and no people welcome there. Some of those children got their masters. BSc, their PA, they're doing good. The people welcome Oprah. So if this lady come to Liberia in America, we know how we will go our citizenship. And that's how we have to develop the poor country by buying land and things. Why should you people go behind this one lady and her husband? Where y'all went, I know your terror or medicine mentor, the only way you can see is by going behind George where y'all lie. Because the blood of Jesus covered those people and no weapon formed against them will prosper. Y'all start anything, the international community going to come behind you guys. Mr. Cool, I don't know where you're coming from, but they have freedom of speech. They have freedom of speech. Like those that went to LU or going to LU, they say you don't even present yourself as a professor, number one. Leave the people alone. What are you guys hiding? Come up and talk, and y'all have your people from EFBC. I know the house y'all have your set your reporters there down there. Let them come and say what these people said was wrong. But let the people talk. The world want to know. We living all over the country. We want to know what's going on. You leave these people children alone. How these people children will back here. Y'all want to do something, or your property, some of y'all are no place, or y'all will not put it in your West knee, put it in your children abroad here. But Donald Trump coming for end of the 2026. We'll see it. Donald Trump coming, and I will make sure I will call some of them names too. Some of y'all hearing me, y'all know I'm close to you, and I know you. Donald Trump will come for plenty of the money you're stealing and all you're putting in your wife, your wife family, we're talking. Y'all thank you, God bless you. I hope your president come up and say something against this me.
Okay, Kuda Williams, thank you so much. Insightful position. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, let's go this way. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I call from another street like in Lower Johnson. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. You know, Mr. Sam Andrew, when you bring a group of illiterate and incompetent group of individuals into power, those are the results we see. They play always the diversionary tactic. That is the attribute of Unity Party. And let me say this to the access recovery team. You are there clearly communicating to us that your future is now coming to a complete calamitous end. To test the Claria Foundation, you are joking. You better redirect your thinking and your action to service deliverable, just like my Boaka and your access recovery team. That's not going to help people. Because we will not sit here and allow you people to create an unnecessary condition and against we are and his family. And you expect yourself to live in peaceful life. That's going to work. So if you are smart, redirect your attention to creating jobs, grow connectivity as you promised. Today, you have proven to be the most criminal in the history of Liberia. You are building condominium in Lofa County. Why Clamati is not asking just like Imam Boaka? Where is the money coming from? We are also aware. Now, Unity Party is using state resources to construct and the party headquarters. Where is the money coming from? Clamati, we also want to know. So, the way you people think, narrowly, that's not how the Liberian society looks. So if you both feel that we are joking, you'll get behind we are in his family. And you'll get a consequences for that. Thank you very much.
So this information, let me share this with you, Sad. Our condolences, Kings 88.5 condolences to the United Methodist University. They've just confirmed the news out, the passing of their president, Dr. Emmanuel F. Billy. There was this rumors out, and they've issued an official statement on their website, suspending all academic activities, including the midterm exams. They've made adjustment in the administering of the midterm exam from November. They push it to the first week of December. So every academic activity at the United Methodist University has come to a standstill, suspended, according to the authorities. What they wrote on their website, just the first line, let me read that for you. United Methodist University, by directive of the Vice President for Administration, academic activities at United Methodist Universities are suspended. And then they said midterm exams that were scheduled for Thursday and Friday will be administered on Tuesday and Thursday. That's December 2nd and December 3rd. And the midterm exam scheduled for Monday, December 1 stands. And they say the reason for that, this is due to the sudden death. This is due to the sudden death of the president of UMU, Dr. Emmanuel F. Billy. Kings 88.5 condolences again to the United Methodist University, his family, and the church. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Jenna Keita. I'm calling from Newport Street presently. I'm not too well, but I'm constrained to call. Reason being that if this Unity Party of Joseph Boaka is not going after the former Unity Party of 12 years, what they have squandered, including him, the president now, told us that they squandered opportunities and he has been stuck in the garage and he has nothing. He got sick. President John, we have to take him to the hospital with his money. This lady discussion here today concerning her project was to help Liberian children, and they coming out shamelessly like that and questioning how she got her money. You know, it's saddening. Liberia, it belongs to all of us. Enough for Unity Party, enough for CDC, enough for ANC, enough for Liberty Party, and so and so. People fought in this country here and they died for the right of Liberians, which of course we know. And today, some of us we can even see some of them will tell God, thank you, they are alive. You understand? So, this climatic man, whenever Joseph Baka go error, then at the time he will say he's coming after sedition. For what reason? For what reason? Oh, because Joey are getting the power free? It is cool like that. Because that's where you will come from to know your enemies under your feet. And you know, one time when they carry our sedition to Selbridge, I was there. One of the spoon show reporter was intervening, and I told him, I said that this purported call so regime speaker. He's not speaker for Liberia, he's speaker for United Party.
All right.
Why he doing the United Party work? I'm telling you, I'm not well, but I just continue to call because I'm so bitter in my soul.
Okay. All right, Mama. We wish you speedy recovery. All right.
Thank you.
Rodney Judge said this whole foundation thing is to distract Liberians from that criminal budget. Mamie Jackson says the CLN GHT family contributed to Clara Weah's foundation. The receipts are there. Rita Hart said he doesn't reside there. When he comes, because he's afraid the U.S. government will go after him for that. So he doesn't go there because he's afraid to get the public attention. She referencing what came out that Joe Walker has residence. He has property in the United States. Josephus Manning, okay. All right, Josephus. So you send it to me. I will check it. You mean Joseph Walker property in the United States? And please, if that what you send, please let me know. Then I will check it. I will check it. If it's another thing, let me know. Rita comes back again. She said he bought it soon after they took power. It's in New Jersey. Okay. Rita said, yeah, it's not far away from me. Seriously. Oh, so the Papa Bill, you may bought property in America, then you argue there. Okay, yeah. Hey, God. you please send us the photos. Yeah, we beg you. You send all the photos, yeah? You send all the photos. We beg you. You send Kings FM the photos. Yeah, you just get the photos. You send it to us. We hold your phone. Josepha, Mama, I hope that you send me. JB. Yeah, the United Party man, they acting like, hey, yeah. You see what in life? Don't portray yourself like you are the holy one. You are the most perfect. Hey, God himself can move from behind you. When you are like you too, hey, man. So all the things Joe Boy can be talking, but the presidency, the people are begging you send those photos. You send the photos. If truly what you people said is true, and I'm not doubting you, we doubting you, we believe you. But please, you just send us the photo Joe Walker property in America. You send us. We owe you for, yeah? Okay. So let's take the last one from the women's line, and then we are out.
Yeah, hello, St. Andrew.
Yeah.
I like you, Papa.
Yeah, fine. Oh.
Okay, thank you for the program this evening. I've been listening to them discussing. I listened to you too. You see the people here, they just want confusion. The war, Bakase war, can't in the country when he win election, that the war he chasing, they not can. The horses that he in salary, na come money. The water that here, na come money. The one is back in the na come money. The car that he buy, na come money. The money that he staying on a piece maker, na come money. Everything he do, na come money. Then
Okay.
he want to na poor woman.
Yeah, don't
That
mind him.
woman, she not liability. He the one in liability. Then he want put more on that woman. That woman play more than he want bring conflict between all a Jamaican people. We begging him when he looking for a wallet. He ready. He more like care more to the people.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have this break.
If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking. If will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention of breaking.
So this is how we go home. The statement made by George Weah, "We are coming back," frightens the government. And I took this expression, "Weah returns to the presidency," from that statement. Truly, that statement has resonated uncomfortably with Unity Party people. They are convinced that Weah means business. And they know that George Weah is a political heavyweight. They know that George Weah is a force to reckon with. They know that George Weah commands 80 to 85% of the population of this country. They know that George Weah's popularity has not dwindled. They are aware that George Weah maintains his status as the leading opposition figure in Liberia. So what they are doing with a misguided intent that they can weaken George Weah. As we go home, under the caption, "Weah returns to the presidency," 2029. Here is it. Everything Unity Party and Joseph Yuma Boaka comes up with every day, they are increasing the popularity by 2 every day, every attempt of George Weah, and they are putting the public against them. They are putting the public against themselves. They think they are wise. Every day, whatever they come with against George Weah, the public gets to a point of increasing their resolve, their love, their readiness for George Weah. You can see that, you sense that readiness in the people, that if election was today, Unity Party will be beaten pens down with a gulf margin. Every day, Unity Party is taking George Weah closer and closer to the presidency. They think they are smart, but they are not smart for the right reason. They are smart for the wrong reason, and always they get it wrong. Unity Party cannot. Every day, everything that Joseph Yuma Boaka is doing, he's just upsetting himself. He's upsetting his very party. He's making it hard for his party. And they know that there is a disenchantment within the party. There are some officials within Unity Party who are not pleased with what Unity Party is doing. I told you of the Unity Party official who expressed openly his disagreement with what they were doing. To speak up, to say that it was wrong, that Joseph Yuma Boaka, the president, and Stanley Barrow Unity Party should not have treaded that path. That person I was talking about is still in Boaka government, sitting over a lucrative or sitting in a lucrative office. And what did he say? That he does not support that. The job that he has today, that he having money, that he can earn and sustain his family. Had it not been for Fonati Kofa, he would not be in that position. He went on to say it was Fonati Kofa who sent him to school from Fonati Kofa private money. Sent him to university out of Liberia from his private money. That today, the job that he has in Joseph Yuma Boaka government, the education he attained, he acquired, to have it rather for private money. What is happening? Not everybody in Joseph Yuma Boaka government happy with it. Not everybody is pleased with how the government is moving with certain things. And I bet you if elections were today, those disenchanted, those dissatisfied rather, Unity Party officials with Boaka decision, they will vote against Boaka in favor of CDC. And you will see that going into 2029. You will see some people leaving Unity Party. If anybody would think that George Weah would not return to the presidency, you're living with illusion. There is nothing impossible on this earth. As long as God exists, there is nothing impossible. The people of Ghana said John Dramani Mahama was not coming back because he had a misrule. John Dramani Mahama is back. The people said Peter Mutharika was not returning to the presidency because he messed the country up. Peter Mutharika is back. The people said Donald Trump was not going back because he messed the country. up. Donald Trump is back. The same expression is being used here. And that testimony, the very Liberians who gave it, George Weah will come back. If anybody think that that is not possible, well, then you should have a mental problem to believe and say that. What they are telling you simply, it is the mind game psychologically. And that's why you people who are in the opposition, supporters of George Weah, don't listen to that crap. It is a scary tactic they are employed. We are aware of that thing, that simple psychology. That's the mind game. That's what they call mind game in politics. So they make you, they brainwash you, they hypnotize you, they cajole you, they make you, they program you that this man is the bad man. This man messed the country up. So every time you hear them saying it, it becomes part of you and you start to say it too, even though you experience nothing like that. But because they don't want this person back, so they say, oh, the man messed the country, the man messed the country. Don't listen to that crap. Let them continue to say it has become the anthem, the national cliche. But it doesn't say it is the decider. They cannot decide the elections 2029. If anybody would think that George Weah would not come back, you're living with an illusion. This country has 5.4 million people. Leaving the 5.4 million people, Joe Biden is out. And nobody will cheat in this election. Ellen had a free, fair elections here. She presided over free, fair elections. George Weah came to power. George Weah presided over a free, fair, transparent, credible elections. Joseph Yuma Boaka came to power. The same way Joseph Yuma Boaka presided over a free, fair, credible, transparent elections, George Weah returns to power. So if you people think that because you get everything, you have all of the political and military machinery, that's the reason why you're saying Weah will not come back, you better change that. You change it. You change it. No. Because it will not work. You go up, you cannot. It will not work. It will not work. Not everybody within your government and out of your government. Please, with that statement that you're always making, your party chairman said you will stay in power for 200 years. Samuel Doe felt that his government was going to be in power for 200 years. What happened? It plunged the country into different things. Why it is true that we don't want any war in this country, no war will come equally. We must be cautious of statements that are made, because those statements has the propensity of heightening the atmosphere. It has the propensity of creating insecurity. There will be no war, no guns all over the place. But when you continue to say, this person is not coming back, this person is not coming back, you are angering the people. You are putting anger within the people. It could lead to something else. When your party chairman say CDC will never come back, George Weah will never come back, you will stay in power, you are provoking a crisis. We have to be psychological enough. Let us stop that. Hey, come on, Unity Party, stop it. There are certain statements you can make. Samuel Doe said hey, people will be there. His government, the PRC government, will be there until they got tired. What happened? They see Ellen Johnson Sirleaf recruited Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor recruited Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson recruited Samuel Varney. Samuel Varney recruited the other people. What happened? We had war. They say let men move at all costs. But we will not have that kind of war in Liberia because we know what war does. We will only have the intellectual and democratic war. We'll discuss the issues. We'll bring all of the excesses to the table. We'll talk about the government's failure, just as the government is talking about the opposition. That is democratic. Nobody will go to war. Nobody should ever think about that. We have had a very good experience, a better experience, which we don't want to again. But equally, we will not lose sight of people capitalizing on that to suffocate the atmosphere. No. We will not. So you leave it. Let them say, let them continue to say we are not coming back. It is a cliche. It is just a mere statement. We are not in election today. No, every day is a different atmosphere. Every day comes with different things. Every every year comes with different thing. Every month comes with different thing. You can say we are in, it's not returning today, but it will not be the next day that you will say the same thing. Different atmosphere will come. Hey, so you just relax yourself. Come on. Yeah, that's the mind game. That's a mind game. we are aware of it. We equally know how to play the mind game. United Party ain't no mind game much. No. They know mind game. They were just ruthless and brutal in opposition, which the opposition today can do. But we want that kind of atmosphere. Our culture is gradually getting enlightened. We don't want those things. We are intellectualizing. Equally, we will not sit down and allow people to make statements that has the propensity of creating chaos in the country. Unity Party statement, that statement they often make, we are is not coming by, it has the propensity, it's provocative. We know the implications. We've seen it from governments. Charles Taylor said Vision 2030. That means from 97, he will stay in power all the way to 2030. We know what it has done to this country. That today, 178 years old, we are still a subservient country. Not fully independent, not fully sovereign, even though the Constitution says sovereignty. Even though we seem to be democratic, but we stay, Liberia is a subservient country. It can produce nothing on its own, though God bless it with all of the natural resources that God has. I don't think God has any resources to give Liberia again. Liberia is the only country that he gave all of the natural resources of the world to. Yet the country is one of the poorest, if not the poorest country on earth. The country begs every day. Countries that were not in existence, that had not born when Liberia were in its 100. Those countries today, Liberia begging those countries because God bless the country cursed itself by taking all of the resources. Look at what is happening with ArcelorMittal. Look at the Oranto deal. Look at other things. The people who claim to be clever about to plunge the country in a dungeon. I see you. That statement will continue to hear you. We are returns to the presidency. The man himself made it clear. See, we are coming back. Oh, look it. That statement alone, it finished with everything. That statement, it can go in your soul, marrow, blood, bone, flesh, skin. It can hear your body. It can hear that. That statement, we are coming back. I see you, man. I see you. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Please send us. You say Joe Boaga get property in America or properties. Please, if what you said is true, if it is anything to go by, please send us the photos. Yeah, we're back here. You send all the photos. So the news is on at 6. Join us, please, if you can. And then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Johnson are in with CDC Hour. And then at 8 o'clock, the doctor himself is in. The only teacher of the land, the only light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Whale, with Face the Issues. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Shalom.
Jah. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people. Wagwan the blue revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready?